Alright. Here we go. Haven't done one of these in a few days. Week? 2 weeks? I don't know what it is. There is a half a cup of coffee in my hand. Black coffee. There is no sugar or cream in my coffee. There is a half-burned bowl in my gardening container, I guess. I want to talk about beliefs today. I think it's worth talking about. Belief systems, beliefs, just in general. I believe in some things. I believe in things. Somebody might say, do you believe in a higher power? And I would say, kinda. I don't know. It's hard to explain. They're like, do you believe in Jesus Christ? And I would say, not really. Like, I don't put my faith in Jesus Christ. Like, I think he's a cool dude. He's alright with me, Jesus is cool and shit. Like, he's got a cool story. He did some fun shit and rose people from the dead and all that and stuff. That's kind of cool. But, like, what do you believe? Well, maybe it's like I believe in this source, energy source. That's like the source of all things, right? Before it's created into something. I don't know. It's hard to say. I would say something like, I'm an artist and I believe in creation. I believe in creating things. What do you guys think? Do you believe in creating things? Creating your own beliefs? Or should you believe in somebody else's beliefs? I think we could just believe in whatever we want to believe, because it'll work. If you put enough energy into it, enough power into it, whatever that might be for you. If you siphon off enough of your toroidal field to contribute to an intention of some sort, to put a bunch of emotion into it, some passion, something like that. You could do, could do anything. Look at all the ways that people believe in stuff. There's a lot of different ways to believe in things. There's a whole lot of people out there believing in stuff they don't see at all. Someone told them it was the way it is, and they believe it. So, you believe in beliefs, Michael. Everything you can imagine is real, right? Yeah, right. Everything I can imagine is real. That's why I paint weird stuff, because I feel like in some weird way it's a real weird world out there, and there's stuff that we can't see. I don't know. I just feel like, I do know. It's not that I don't know, it's I don't know how to put it into words so that I can articulate it in a way that's more crafted for your ear's pleasure. It seems like a lot of this, explaining things is all about how you formulate it, how well you speak it, how crafted the words come out, I'm pretty good at art. I'm not like the best, but I could do some cool, weird shit that looks fun to look at later on, I guess. And I lose myself in it, and it's like a meditation kind of art, I get in there and I'm like in a trance state, just the pen or the pencil or the brush, whatever just goes, and I'm like standing there watching it happen. It's the best. Just unraveling right before my very eyes. It's good. It's a good practice. It brings me, centers me, connects me, gets me all tuned up and tuned in. It gives me a sense of something. Purpose, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not so much purpose, but I feel like in the end, we're all going to have to let go of everything we love about ourselves. So you can't hold on to it too tightly. No. I love art, but not forever. Maybe forever. This is the last level of human existence. Being an artist, you must know how to create before you can go on to create your own thing. How far can you take your beliefs? Can you take your beliefs to the point where, like, they're just changing the world around you? Can you believe in quantum realities and then step into a new one? Just depending on how you vibrate, the vibration you are. That whole fake it till you make it thing. That's kind of like, just act like you're doing the thing. Call yourself the thing. Sometimes it's that easy. Just say, I am an artist and I do art. And then stuff starts happening. Start meeting people, start paying attention and learning things. Beliefs. People believe in a book, the Bible. People believe in, what other people tell them to believe. People are conditioned. They repeat things over and over until they're like, that's all I believe in. And if you challenge their beliefs, they're like, what? No, it can't be. And then they get all offended and like want to battle you or debate you or something. I think that's a thing that happens. I've seen it. I've heard it. There's a lot of things you can do with belief. You can make up belief systems and believe in them, or you can find one that you really like and like adopt it to your lifestyle. Like, go with something that feels comfortable. If like your whole life you didn't... I'm a searcher. I was searching for a lot of years, and I feel like I found all the things I like, that the tools that I want to use. I've dabbled in this, I've dabbled in that, I've tried these and this and that and those things. A little bit of astrology, a little tarot, a little this and that. And I find that like art is basically like all those things. It's like a great analogy for life when you do art. The way you do it, the style you do it in, like the approach, the process, and all. You can overlay that on your life and everything you do in your life. It's a very good analogy for life itself. It's very zen. Like you could take from it the natural way that you do something, and it like relates to how you would react to a situation or something. You approach it from, you step back and you try to formulate what you're going to do, like you pick the right colors, and I don't know, it's just a process. Everything is a process when you're like focusing on your intent in this moment, in the reality, because nothing really matters. It's all just about this moment right now, right here, right now. And my favorite thing to do is try to make things simple, minimize things. I don't always clean up and make it look good, but try to have less, and it's less clutter in my mind. It's easier to create from a place that's less cluttered, and the way that I get there is by like the rituals I do. You know what I mean? Like how I get ready, light candles and other things, drink coffee, do this, that. It's like I'm conjuring a mood, conjuring a feeling I'm trying to get into, and then through that I'm like inspired to be motivated to do a thing, And like it took me forever to record this video right now, and I'm just rambling about beliefs. But like in my head, I have this belief that it takes some like working up, conjuring up, building up the energy. Like I watched a couple videos from a couple different channels that I like, and I was going over a couple topics that I've been interested in my head lately, and I think beliefs are a really good one, because people have firm beliefs in religions and certain ideologies, or I don't know, just whatever, all the things, right? People are like, this is the way it is, this is where we go when we die, this is what, everyone has some kind of beliefs. A lot of people don't have a lot of faith in those beliefs. They might have some beliefs and not like wholeheartedly like be convinced of that thing, and every action of their day is in alignment with that belief. You know what I mean? Like you could have a belief in something and not have faith in it, I think. I don't know, it's kind of the thing I'm just throwing around. But you can like feel something and be in that direction, but then yet not give it your complete dedication. You're like, you let go into it kind of thing. Like, I think over time you can build up that conditioning to reprogram your brain to believe that, you're an infinite being of light, and your purpose, not purpose, maybe your potential is like limitless, And then that's another thing, purpose. What is purpose? Is purpose necessary? Do we need it? Can we do without it? I think so. I know all these things that I talk about have like names in psychology or just like philosophy and shit, like absurdism and blah, 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 blah. I don't know any of those terms. So it's like, I think it's like this, you guys, from my own experience. This is what I've experienced over time. And so, it's all, I think every person gets a chance to believe in whatever they want to believe in. And the more that they believe in it, the more it becomes real, because the more energy you feed that belief. And, there could be, this is what I mean by not having faith. And I think faith, maybe not faith, but I think there's a thing, practice. If you practice, like, you can believe in something like, oh yeah, Jesus is there. But if you don't have like a practice, like if you don't go to church, or if you don't meditate, or if you don't like somehow try to communicate with that higher power, or like if there's not like some kind of thing you do if it's just a background, like, oh, that's the station I liked, keep it on. But you're not like practicing that somehow. You're not taking a part of your life to like dedicate it to that practice in some way. If there's not like a daily ritual, I don't think it doesn't feel like you're causing anything to happen in that way of growth of that. It's like a crutch when it should help you get somewhere, but then you don't need the crutch anymore. So the whole time with the crutch, you should be like trying to get your strength back so you can ascend, whatever, or like walk, or whatever the thing is, where you don't need the crutch anymore. So I don't think those belief systems are necessarily meant to like lean into, but help you to get to the next level. And, some beliefs are meant to let go. You're meant to let go of them. They get you somewhere, and then you're done with them, right? Like, there was a time when I believed in art that like I shouldn't use any reference photos. I believed that was like the way a good artist expressed themselves, was without, and it's like, that's cheating, right? What the hell was I thinking? You should use reference photos because you can get it pretty fucking accurate. And then you learn all kinds of other things along the way, like people project their pictures on the canvas. You're like, what? So, just you choose which way you want to go. You can meditate and like figure out what that's about and try to do focus meditations and get somewhere, go somewhere, plan something. It's all what you believe in. I stumbled across all kinds of beliefs where they taught me how to meditate a specific way. And I learned from a real human I found that I was attracting into my world that taught me these specific steps. And I practiced those steps over and over. And I got to a certain place. And you feel things, you discover things because you're believing in it. That's what I mean by practice. You got to have something you do to like, I don't know, for me, I need results. I need something something tangible. I can't just like blindly believe in something, even though it takes that to get there. You know what I mean? You have to like get in the vibration. You have to see it, but believe it before you see it, kind of thing. So, but in that belief, you have to, I feel, have some kind of action, but not like I'm moving around, jumping jacks or something, but like you have to move in that direction. You have to talk that way. You have to feel that way. You have to express the things that a person who was doing those things would express. You have to paint those things you want to put yourself into. You have to, like, if you fully want to feel a landscape and you want to paint it, you should put yourself in that landscape and like right in front of it and paint it as you're there. You know what I mean? So it's like you're not part of it until you maybe spend some time there with it, and then you're like, you feel it. You notice different, when the light changes or when a cloud comes by, there's different things that pop out. You're observant in the moment, and it helps you grow. So beliefs can be a lot of fun. You can change your beliefs. You can find an old belief that you believe in, that you've always believed in, and change it or like tweak it just a little bit. Like say you always believed, like some childhood thing. Like I always believed that this and this meant this. Why can't I think of anything right now? I thought of something the other day. What was it? Something about being a kid in the like. I used to stare into the walls, like the walls and the ceiling and stuff, and I would see movement and things in there, and I would think that the ceiling was like a portal, and you could like travel through there. And I've gone through the ceiling a few times, but just like focusing on something. I do it with meditation, where I'm like pulling myself out of the body through the top of the head, and I try to focus my attention in one little spot. Try to move your consciousness around. It's a good practice. It's something to do. Why not? Why not? Like why would you believe all this stuff, Michael? Why not? It kind of explains why there's so much happening in the world. Why there's so many people doing so many different things and they can believe in them, to whatever level of faith, whatever blind faith or whatever knowing they have. There's so many different ways. Over the years, I've heard so many. It's not just like 3 or 4. There's like hundreds and thousands of different ways of. They're telling us there's like billions of people on the planet, right? So, how many people do you interact with, and what are their beliefs? I'm curious about other people's beliefs. I feel like they're worth listening to. Maybe not debating over. But like, I'm curious, I think when you get it down to it, people don't really have firm beliefs on things. Maybe I'm just talking about myself because, everything is a reflection. So if I'm seeing it out there, it's just a reflection of me. So maybe it's that I don't have firm beliefs in things. Like, I couldn't imagine getting into an argument about my beliefs, because my belief is basically like whatever you give your attention to, whatever you give your energy to, is going to become real, because that's how beliefs work, But arguing over whether or not yours is right over mine is like a waste of time, because it's all like art stuff. It's all art supplies. The world is like, here to create. We're here to make something. So like, if you're in this world, you're in it to be a creator, I think. And if you haven't found that yet, it's a good pursuit. It's something, it will help you, because it's easy to relate your life to art. And the things you attempt in art will reflect back on, it's all very telling and unraveling if you're open to it. It could just be a fun hobby too. Could be a pursuit for a job. It doesn't have to be. It could just be for enjoyment. Do art because you're capable of it. Someday you may not be able to function properly. My hands are numb. Something, like you have the capability right now, hopefully, to make some art. And if you do it while you can. That's my message to you today. Make some art while you still can. While you're capable. And stretch. And exercise. Just a little bit. If you're sitting down for a long period of time, like 18 minutes, you should stand up and go stretch now. I'm feeling it. Stretch. It's not that hard to stretch. You could listen to a podcast while you stretch. Have a good day. I'm going to drink the rest of this coffee in the sunshine. I hope you enjoy your beliefs and think about changing them up. Maybe just start some new beliefs. Like the sun is alive and it's talking to us constantly. Do you believe that? Maybe you already believe that. Like electricity is alive and it's talking to us. What's it saying? The water is alive and it's talking to us. Go stand in the sunshine with a cup of water. And maybe they'll talk to each other. Ooh! Let's go paint that. I'm going to go paint that right now. Talk to you later. Goodbye. Have a good day. Sorry, I haven't made one of these in a while. It's just because I sit here and I'm like, I don't know what to fucking say. But beliefs are great. I've been watching these two channels on YouTube lately. Or one of them's on TikTok and one of them's on YouTube. And the TikTok one, I always forget the name. But it's these people just talking about beliefs and stuff. But on YouTube, I've been watching this channel called the Melancholic. Is that his name? Melancholy? The Functional Melancholic. That guy's great. Good channel. If you get a chance, check him out. This is the channel right here. Good stuff. Go check him out. Worth a listen. I enjoy it. I wish I had as much to say. That guy has some stuff to say. All right, see you later. Peace, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye.